Hi.
Howdy.
Are you the driver?
Sure am.
Do you know where Niggertown is?
Yes, sir.
Can you take me there?
Roger Corman and Charles Beaumont's The Intruder is less about race than about the limited shelf life of power. Adam Kramer, a clean-cut northerner played by William Shatner, comes to a small southern town to stir up trouble. The local high school has been desegregated by federal law, but Kramer argues that Southern pride trumps law.
I thought this was a democracy, and I thought a democracy was based on the collective will of the people.
Sure, of course, sure.
And is it the collective will of the people that Negroes should be allowed to mix with whites right under the same roof, study with them, eat with them, maybe even sleep with them?
But something's off about this guy.
Sam, stop. Cut it out. Come on. Anything you want, just let me know.
Well, thank you very much. Oh, there is one thing.
What's that?
Privacy. I'd like to take care of the room myself, if you don't mind.
I guess we can arrange that.
Good. We're going to be friends, aren't we?
Don't see any reason why not.
Is he a stealth liberal? An agent provocateur who would have these rednecks criminalize themselves as a way of neutralizing them? Or is he a true believer?
The real problem, whether you like it or not, is whether you're going to sit back and let desegregation spread throughout the entire South. And it's an indisputable fact that there could be no other result. The Negroes will literally control the South. The vote will be theirs. You'll have black mayors and black policemen the way they do in Chicago and New York already. Like there's not a black governor and black doctors to deliver your babies. Did you ever stop to think about that? When you let those 10 enter your school, did you?
It doesn't spoil anything to tell you that he's neither. He's a psychopath, willing to say anything to advance his cause, which is only to please and sate himself at the expense of others.
Mr. Kramer, I didn't know you were a religious man.
You have to admit it's dramatic.
So is a lynching.
That's old-fashioned.
Otherwise you wouldn't mind?
To his cracker constituents, his lack of conscience projects as strength, when in fact he's a bundle of nerves. But his cracked ambition always helps him peel out of a cowardly descent.
How are you, Vern?
I might as well tell you right off the bat, I don't cotton to any of this. I strung along with you because I figured you were smart, but smart people don't end up here.
Oh, I'm not ending up here, Vern. This is just the beginning. Never underestimate the value of a jail sentence. Remember Socrates, Lenin, Hitler.
Around this time in America, movies about master mass manipulators such as A Face in the Crowd had an element of satire. But those were Hollywood movies. Roger and his brother Gene Corman couldn't get Hollywood interested in their passion project, so they put their own money in it. They shot not on any backlot, but on the ground in Missouri. The civil rights movement was happening in their midst. There was no time for satire. Aside from Shatner's character, everyone and everything in this film is straight on. The visual compositions are dynamic. The editing clean and punchy.
That's what you say. I figure you're lying, nigga.
I don't lie to nobody.
Writer Charles Beaumont, who alongside Richard Matheson was a secret weapon behind Rod Serling's The Twilight Zone, adapted the screenplay for The Intruder from his own 1958 novel. He even appears in the film. In his performance as the high school principal who defends a black boy against false rape charges, he is the embodiment of this film's straight-onness.
Yes, Rudy, one of the colored students. Hurry! Rudy, we've got a mob outside. Only a coward would hit a defenseless boy.
Is that what you're calling me, Patton?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm calling you. You're a miserable yellow coward, Mr. Shipman. Just like every cheap bully in the world. And that goes for you too, Mr. Adam Kramer. For every one of you here. Now, do I make myself perfectly clear?
Now, I ain't condemning anybody. Whoever planted that bomb was doing what he thought was right. But he was wrong. I hope you all see that now and go on acting according to the orders of the society.
Well, I don't know anything about that. But I know one thing. Ain't gonna be one solitary nigger gonna have enough guts to step into our school now. It's all over.
The expiration date on Kramer's power approaches as the mob he's brought to life demands that he stop singing it.
Remember, no violence. We gave Sheriff Parkhouse our promise to bring him to jail. We're not a mob, we're a citizens committee.
And start bringing it. Or else get out of the way.
You tell him, Carrie.
Come on, let's get out of here, quick!
Take it easy, nigger. You're not going anywhere. What's the trouble?
There's a lot of nigger talk in The Intruder.
Hey, nigger! Why don't you go on home?
What do you think about sitting in a room with a bunch of big buck niggers?
I swear I believe that boy's got nigger blood in him somewhere.
But the stilted, mannered acting from its black cast members contrasts sharply with the intense white performances. This cool brother notwithstanding.
What'd you say, Uncle Rowan?
I said you Negroes gonna cause some of us niggers to get killed.
All this great white overacting indicates that Corman's interest lies less with the suffering of ghettoized, terrorized blacks than with the psychological torment of the whites. That's as it should be. The Intruder is keen enough to grasp that American brand racism is about the souls of white folk, not the behavior of black folk. White male sexual insecurity is never spoken of here, but it lights up every frame. These men are resigned to losing some of their power via desegregation until sexy Shatner shows up to remind them that they can be great again. Bigger and better than ever, no one seems to notice that his charisma poses a far greater threat to the honor of their women and girls than any Negro. The souls of white folk. How do you keep your grip on reality when, like a mirage, the law appears to wipe away some of your most cherished social advantages? Some go nuts, as in this crazy bit of staging. Watch the lady on the swing.
This is a white school for white people!
Yeah, you dirty lousy coon!
But The Intruder is ultimately optimistic. If agitators and carpetbaggers would simply leave ordinary white folk alone long enough to let them gather their thoughts in the wake of sweeping social reforms, they might just make it through the tortuous path to colorblindness. Laws are made to be enforced first, internalized later. Some white folks make it through. In the film's most melodramatic scene, a mob-beaten journalist and his wife all but renew their vows in the strangest, loveliest way.
I don't believe in integration, but I believe in you. And if this means so much to you that you're willing to risk everything, even your own life for it, then I know it must be right. So I'm going to try to understand. I'm going to try very hard, darling. I only ask you to give me a little time.
I love you, honey.
Tell me it's not too late for us.
It isn't. It never is.
It takes work and muscles, boy, to stop a flood. And that's what we got on our hands, a great big black flood.